Chapter 3: The Possibility. There is no shortage of content, books, blogs, and podcasts about creating a successful, powerful life. We can turn anywhere and find this information at the tip of our fingertips. However, if you grabbed a random person off the street and asked them the following questions, the answers wouldn't be impressive and could even be depressing. How fulfilled are you with your life today? What is your vision for your life the next 3 years? How inspired and excited are you in this moment? How connected do you feel with yourself and others? We now have more access to life-changing information, but we have fewer results to show for it than ever. We've never been more connected, yet disconnected. We've never been so ambitious, yet so stuck at the same time. We've never had more opportunity, yet been held hostage to paralysis by analysis. It's paralyzing. Over my years as a breakthrough coach, leading individuals, groups, and consulting businesses to break free from the obstacles in their way, I noticed a common pattern. Most content, coaches, or consultants start by stacking on a shaky foundation. They take someone who is already stressed, anxious, and running around in life with no strategic plan, no clarity, no vision, and they stack more on top of them. Whether this comes in the form of habits, rituals, or activities, it's a strategy doomed to fail. When you're already overwhelmed, adding more to your plate will lead to the foundation crumbling. It's simply unsustainable given our limited amount of bandwidth and energy. We've all seen and felt this before. During the first few weeks of a new initiative, we're able to follow through. We're loving the newfound sense of possibility and results, and because it's new, we've got the dopamine hit of a new routine. However, our brains are masters at making the novel routine, and we begin to notice a downtick in enthusiasm. Every day, energy starts to fade. We're no longer pumped, and the process starts to take hold. Since we added to a shaky foundation, we're a ticking time bomb. We cling on, but time continues to pass. A few months later, someone asks us about the getting back in shape endeavor, the side hustle, the book, the content platform, or relationship goal we had, and we simply respond, "Oh yeah, that thing. I've moved on." Does this sound familiar? I know it does because you're here. We've all experienced it, and it's my intention to ensure it never happens to you again.
Unshakable foundation. When you're in the process of buying a home, you rarely ask about the foundation. You don't inquire about the quality of the soil, the water that fills it, the concrete underneath. You don't ask about how it was created or which methodology was used to cultivate the foundation. You don't really care, but you know it's important. Much like an iceberg, the foundation represents the core structural part of the home designed to withstand the test of time. It's designed to ensure your home survives seasons, changing weather patterns, storms, and more. This is ultimately what will make or break the home. The foundation either sets it up for long-term success so it can be a place that families call home, or it can be another project gone wrong. Yet most people, when setting up their own lives, want to skip the foundation. They want to build out the home theater room before they plot, move, and integrate the soil. They want to focus on the interior design, the feng shui, and the angle of the dining room table, with the art to match. They want to make sure the kitchen has all the bells and whistles. These are all sexy, they're fun, and they're incredibly exciting. But much like the weekend seminar and the spark of inspiration we receive, they're ultimately worthless unless we've laid down a powerful foundation and stacked up a well-built plan. Let's be honest here. It's not a matter of if chaos is going to hit, it's a matter of when. We can have a well-thought-out backup plan, but you and I know life will throw us curveballs time and time again. It'll be testing our grit, fortitude, desire, commitment, and, ultimately, our foundation. When this happens, we either become stronger with our foundation, knowing we weathered the storm, or weaker, folding and caving into the external challenges. The 1% rule was designed to build an unbreakable, undeniable foundation for your life, stacking brick after brick until you've got a masterpiece. If you decide to trust the process and embrace the daily consistency required to build the foundation of your dreams, you'll experience a shift in your life. You'll create an environment where there's a deeper sense of knowing, a grounded, rooted confidence and certainty about your path and how all your dreams are slowly coming to life. It's more powerful than confidence, and it's built on an inner humility few successful people have, but it's right there in front of you, waiting to be captured. The foundation won't sell books, and it certainly won't be trending on Instagram. That's the point, because we know that doesn't work. Without it, However, you'll perish along with your goals and aspiration.
Do I daily? Any of the main reasons the 1% rule will obliterate other forms of goal setting and achieving results is simple. You're required to move forward every single day. This may be a challenge for you if you haven't embraced this mindset in the past. It will, with utmost certainty, require you to continue moving forward by 1% on the days you're not feeling like it. In fact, I'll be honest, most days you probably won't feel like it. You'll want to sleep in a little longer, slack off on your fitness, and wait to launch your business project until tomorrow. I'm not here to tell you it's going to feel amazing. However, if it's truly important to you, you'll do it every single day. Since the 1% rule is about your life, I sure hope it's important to you. I trust you've already figured out how special and fleeting this experience is. John Grisham is one of the world's most prolific authors with over 45 titles to his name. You can find him taking over serious real estate in any of the remaining bookstores. Even when he was barely starting out and working as a young lawyer, he was harnessing the 1% rule. John Grisham committed to writing at least 1 page per day, no matter what happened. It didn't matter if he had a long day at the office or he lost a pet. He committed. He made a decision and chose to follow through. While writing 45 titles and an average of 1.4 books per year seems daunting to anyone who's attempted to write, Grisham broke down the enormous task at hand to the simplest common denominator. Writing a piece on writing tips for the New York Times, Grisham, 2017, he elaborates, write a page every day. He advises at the top of a list of 8 writing tips he published in the New York Times recently. That's about 200 words or 1,000 words a week. Do that for 2 years and you'll have a novel that's long enough. Nothing will happen until you are producing at least 1 page per day. This is the 1% rule in full force, the foundation being built day by day. If it's important, you'll follow through and persist. You'll push through the moments you're overwhelmed and it's a rainy Tuesday morning and you truly don't want to do it.
Love who you're becoming. Imagine walking into an NFL training camp during the dog days of summer and stopping practice. You huddle up with the coaches and you tell the players there's something special coming. The players are instructed to take a knee and wait. Then, a covered object is wheeled out from the back of the locker room and onto the practice field. The players have no idea what is happening, and then the Vince Lombardi trophy is unveiled. The prized possession, the one thing every single player has dreamed of, is now staring back at them. The most celebrated trophy in all of American sports is right there in all its beauty. In this imagined scenario, what do you think would happen? Will the players lose themselves in a flood of tears and emotions, hugging and jumping, unable to control their enthusiasm for the trophy? No, they wouldn't. While I have no doubt they'd be excited, they'd know they hadn't earned it. They'd know it didn't represent the ups and downs of an NFL season. It didn't represent the adversity, the sweat pouring down their faces, the sleepless nights thinking about getting cut, staying in on the weekends to study, and all the doubters, haters, and critics along the way. In this case, it'd be another shiny object, having lost all its value. This story represents a simple lesson in life. We only truly value that which is earned, and specifically, that which we earn through the process of becoming. Notice the words used there: earned, process, and becoming. Without these essential prerequisites, we don't assign precious value to our goals and outcomes. Which means wanting it easy isn't only an illusion, it's a terrible strategy. According to multiple studies, about 70% of all lottery winners end up going broke and filing for bankruptcy. It's because they didn't earn it or have to change who they were to achieve the monetary success of winning the lottery. Creating financial abundance in life isn't easy. It requires work, persistence, and a changing of one's mindset. The 1% rule is about stepping daily into a version of yourself that's already out there. This version of yourself already has all the goals you're desiring, and you're simply taking one step toward making that real today. It's about the process of becoming, slowly going through a metamorphosis. Which means when you get there, you will have become someone different than who you are today. Inherently, that means you'll have to go through change, and part of change is being uncomfortable. When you truly love who you're becoming, you become unstoppable.
Faith is a mescletto. Get started with the 1% rule. You've got to take the leap. The leap is the gap between where you are today and where you want to be in your life. Taking a leap in life is incredibly difficult and not for the faint of heart. Here's why: we'd much rather stay in what's known and uncomfortable even if it's painful. We're afraid of the unknown and we lack the courage to step into it with faith. Our world can be spinning in chaos and mediocrity, but we won't be compelled to change because it's familiar. Some would say we can become addicted to the frustrations in our life and are receiving a benefit from them. What you must consider is that your current vantage point is limited. The success you're dreaming of won't hold a candle to what's truly possible for you. Once we see the unknown through the frame of unlimited possibility, a place where anything can happen, we open up our world. We start to see the unknown as exciting, not something to be afraid of. We take more chances and have the time of our life doing so. During the process of coaching hundreds of people, I've noticed most people will do nearly anything to avoid taking the leap. These leaps in life are about making bold decisions in the moment without any guarantee on the other side. It's the moments where you know what to do but are trembling in fear. It's not about the size of the leap, it's stepping into it with trust and faith. For example, the leap may look like committing to your side hustle once and for all, quitting your job and pursuing your true purpose and passion, moving to a new environment, a new city on the other side of the country, taking the trip and adventure that calls your heart, even if it doesn't make sense, asking him or her out, even when it feels uncomfortable and the timing doesn't feel perfect, following through on the business pivot that calls your heart, but you've been putting off. All of these require faith, trust, and a detachment from the external world. The truth is, you've always known what to do in the moment, especially when you're listening to your heart and not your head. But here's the problem: the big leaps will never happen if we don't get used to taking the small ones. Faith is a muscle that must be built and developing. Any kind of muscle requires repetition. The 1% rule was designed to help you build this faith every single day with micro leaps and commitments, so when the high-stakes moments in life appear, you'll be ready. Furthermore, since the 1% rule is built around cutting out distractions and getting tuned in, you'll begin to improve your internal signaling system. The more you clear these airwaves, the more you'll trust yourself to know what to do in any given moment. You don't need more time, research, analysis, waiting, sitting on the sidelines, making lists of pros and cons, and feedback from friends.
Instead, using this system, you'll know what to do in every moment because you've built an inner trust with yourself. You'll know without a shadow of a doubt what your inner signaling system is telling you to do, and you'll begin to create a powerful dynamic of listening to it in the moments where it doesn't make sense. As time passes, you'll realize the power of operating in life with this rare, yet highly valuable self-trust and self-reliance. Your turn. Take inventory of your life today without judgment, narratives, or excuses. One of the most powerful moments in life is the one where you get honest about where you are. You'll be referring back to this section once we get into the trenches of designing the 1% rule for your everyday life. For each area of life, give yourself a score of 1 to 10. 1 would be crisis, 10 would be on fire. Note: the one number you aren't allowed to pick for this exercise is 7. Here's where I am in my health, fitness, vitality, and well-being. 1 to 10 underscore. Here's where I am in my business, income, impact, and influence. 1 to 10 underscore. Here's where I am in my relationships, social capital, and connection. 110 underscore. Here's where I am in my spiritual and higher sense of purpose with myself. 1 to 10 underscore.